obviously the first question is, how are you feeling, man? What's the last week been like? And I think everyone is just super excited about the recovery that you made so quickly.
Yeah, it's been a pretty chaotic week or so. I feel very fortunate to be where I'm at right now, health-wise. The incident could have been a lot worse, and all the tests came back great, and I'm feeling better every day. So I'm really excited to get back out there and play. It was nice to get a game in Atlanta, get my feet wet again, and I was really pleased how that went. So I'm just looking forward to Friday now.
What was the support like that you received after that?
It was mind-blowing, honestly. Huge outpouring from the the fan base, teammates, players on other teams, friends, family. It was just, I felt really blessed at that point. There was a lot of people looking out for me, and pretty much the whole team, made a point to come say hello and check up on me. So I really felt part of this, like this team was really part of like a family, and it was just really cool.
When you look back at the last couple of months and the opportunities that you've had at this level, what goes through your mind as you get set to open up the playoffs in 2 days?
Just another opportunity to have some fun. I've had just a lot of fun the past few months. There's been some cool moments, and I can only imagine what the playoffs will be like in that regard. So I really want to get it going and get started.
Do you talk to guys about that have gone through it before? What's said in that room? Because it seems like every year there are guys that come up in this organization that maybe don't have postseason experience, but are all of a sudden on the big stage, and the organization has a track record of bringing guys up that perform.
Yeah, we had a cool team meeting earlier, and a couple guys spoke up about their experiences and advice they had gotten that helped them, and there was a lot of sharing and stuff passed around that I think is going to be beneficial to all us young guys and maybe all the guys who are experiencing the postseason for the first time. And, really the bottom line was just relax out there, breathe and go about your business the same way. You don't want to try to do too much. I think that's when guys will get in trouble. So the message was try to stay within yourself and just enjoy the moment.
Mike has talked a lot this year about your success and your ability to make adjustments, whether it's over the course of one game against a certain pitcher, a couple of games. And I think about some of the stuff you and I have talked about, your process, even just this offseason, and kind of retooling your swing. Have you always been able to do stuff like that, even if it's over the course of a couple of days, the course of a couple of bats? Are you always able to adjust on the fly?
I think so. I think one thing I try to strive for is consistency, and in order to be consistent, you got to kind of be self-coached in a sense to where you notice things that have happened in the past, and the correct adjustment that needs to be made, and then you go and you make that adjustment. You don't wait around, and so that's something that I've tried to do. On the flip side, you can overdo it too much. You got to fight that urge. You got to find that balance of knowing when you need to adjust something or when you just need to let it play out. And so that's something that I think a lot about, and try to pride myself in doing, is just being consistent, because I think that's one of the most valuable things you can be for a manager, just so that he knows what you're getting from that player. So that's one thing I really try to strive for.
Consistency, I imagine, in the field too. Do you expect to be all over the place like you have over the last few months during the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, throughout my career I've moved around. Definitely the past few years, I'd really just been playing outfield, and so I wasn't necessarily expecting to play first base this year, but it's not a surprise in the sense, just because I've always moved around in college, high school, everywhere, and so it's something I'm comfortable doing, and I've put a lot of work in, and have great instructors to help me along with that process.
Have you been a part of a team like this though, where coming into the stretch run, the end of the year, there's a lot of question marks about guys or where guys are going to play, and you have a lot of guys that have maybe been thrust into uncomfortable situations or maybe been a little bit out of their comfort zone for the good of the team and have had as much success as this group has had?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great problem to have. There's just so many guys who can contribute, and I wouldn't want to be making those decisions. That's for those guys. That's tough. I mean, there's a lot of guys, and everyone can contribute, and everyone has their special talent and what they bring to the club. They're going to have to make a decision on what the best mix of that is. But I think everyone who's been on this roster for this year, is very deserving of being on the team, and it's just tough. But like I said, it's a good problem to have. For the Cardinals, there's no shortage of talent anywhere.
You've seen a lot of the Cubs and Pirates recently. You going to be watching the game tonight?
Yes, I will be. Wasn't so much watching the AL wild card, but I'll definitely be checking out the game tonight.
I know fans are thrilled to not have to be in the position of a win or go home, but that kind of game tonight, I guess you guys get the benefit of sitting back, doing a little scouting, and knowing that either way you're going to face a pretty darn good team.
Yeah, I mean, they're both really good clubs. It's guys have been asking each other, who'd you rather play, and it's pretty much 50-50. They're both good clubs. Arrieta and Cole, that's going to be a great matchup to watch. It's just cool. I'm just happy for baseball, really. It's just exciting to watch and be a part of.